morning and welcome to another art lesson. Today we are going to be creating our own fish bowls. So what you are going to need for this project is you are going to need a blank sheet of white paper, a pencil, a black marker, and something to color with, whether that is crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you have available to you. When you start this project, you can turn your paper horizontal or you could turn it vertical. That is your choice. That's up to you. I am going to leave mine horizontal, and I'm going to show you just a few shapes that you can make your fishbowl before we get started. So the first shape is you're going to draw just like a long skinny oval and then two lines that come down and then connect. You could add your fishbowl like that. You could add an oval at the top, and you can add the sides coming down, and you can do a fishbowl that looks like that. Or you could just draw a rectangle and then draw two diagonal lines that go back and then across, another diagonal line on the side, and then down. So this looks more like a 3D fish tank, okay? So it's up to you which one you want to do. So I am probably going to choose this one. So I'm going to turn my paper over, and on the top, I'm going to add a long, skinny oval, just like that. And then for the sides, I'm just going to come down, and then connect down here at the bottom. Once you have that done, then you get to start doing the fun stuff, which is start filling in your fish tank. So at the bottom, I'm going to add just like some gravel or maybe even some sand. Maybe I'm going to add like some big rocks with some seaweed or some plants coming in. Now, before you get carried away, don't forget that we still have to add the fish, okay? So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to add my first fish. So it's almost like you're adding like a teardrop shape or even like an eye shape. And then I'm just going to go in and add the tail, the head to my fish. Maybe I've got like a fin here, fin on top, fin on the bottom. Can draw some movement lines so it looks like he's swimming. And then maybe I'm going to add another fish swimming in the opposite direction. And then maybe this one's going to kind of have like a fancier tail, kind of maybe like a betta fish. There we go. And then you can again add the fins, just like that. Once you have your fish drawn, go in and add some more of those details. I just didn't want you to do too many and then not have any room for your fish. Now there's all kinds of things that you could add inside your fish bowl. You could add like a little house or sand castle. You could add some bubbles. You can keep adding rocks and plants. Maybe you want to have like a little piece of coral down here. So there's all kinds of different things that you can add in your fish tank. It's up to you what you put in there. Okay, once you have that done and you have your fish tank filled up, then you're going to take your black marker and you're just going to trace everything so it looks just like a coloring book. If you don't have a black marker, you can use a black colored pencil. I probably would not use a black crayon for this, just because some of these details are really small, and I don't think your crayon is going to be able to give you that nice look that you're going for. I think your crayon's just probably going to be a little too thick. Trace the bubbles, everything that's in here, you're going to trace. You're even going to trace the bowl. Now, if you want to, you could even add like a little wavy line up here at the top And that could be where your water line is. So that's up to you. There we go. Once you have everything traced and it looks just like a coloring book, and you've erased your pencil lines so they don't show through, then what you can do is you can get out your coloring supplies and you can just very carefully start going in and filling in your drawing. So let's just pretend like I'm done tracing. I'm going to get out some of my coloring supplies. And I think I'm going to use colored pencil for quite a bit of this because my colored pencil has a nice sharp tip on it. And that's going to be easier for me to color, especially some of these smaller spaces. So I'm making my fish really colorful so they stand out. Once you're done coloring in the fish, then move on to the next. You can also start coloring in the sand and like the rocks down here at the bottom. Taking your time, doing a nice, neat job. Okay. Then maybe I'm going to start coloring in some of that seaweed that's coming up. And if I'm ever going too fast, you can always pause the video and then catch up and then restart it. Okay, so once you have everything colored in, don't forget about the water. So I'm just going to pick out a light colored blue, and I'm just going to very carefully start coloring in that water. And I'm not scribbling, I'm still taking my time. And that water goes all the way down to the sand or the rocks, whatever you decided to put down here on the bottom. So once you have that done and everything is colored in, then you can very carefully take your scissors and you're just going to follow that line of your fish tank. And you're going to follow it all the way around. There we go. And I'm going to throw all my scraps away, keep my table nice and clean. Now, if you have colored construction paper at your house, you can go ahead and you can start gluing that down onto a really colorful piece of paper. If you don't, you can just leave it how it is, okay? So I'm going to use this like purple color, and I'm going to take my glue bottle or my glue stick, and I'm just going to add a few little polka dots here on the back, flip it over, and then I'm just going to press it down so it sticks. Let it dry, and then you can take a picture of it and upload it to your Google Classroom. Okay, I am going to let you guys work on your own fish tanks. Go ahead, you can get started. Make sure you are drawing large. These fish are nice and big, okay? That's like your focal point of this project. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. Have fun with your fish tanks. Bye.